It's almost like a briefcase full of money or something riding shotgun next to me there. If only. Good morning, guys. I just dropped Dad off at the field we were working yesterday where I had parked that red truck. I don't know if it was last night or today, but it's a sad day today. Let me show you why. My poor truck hit the 200,000 mile mark. I think it was probably on my way home last night. I just looked. Bummer. Yes, I'm well aware that I have a tire low. It's because the truck thinks that the front tires are the rear tires and the one's like a 1 pound low. It's fine. Anyway, we're going back to the farm and jumping in the 9R. We've got some ripping to do today. Off we go. One quick thing to note, I did not add any weights back onto this tractor after we took them off for Dad to run those scrapers. So we'll see how this goes. If we have a bunch of power hopping issues, we'll have to come back and put some weights on our rear end, but we'll see. Okay, so here's one of the fields that we've got to do. Dad sprayed this a couple of days ago. You can see the grass and stuff is starting to turn yellow and dying off. We've got rows that go all over the place in this field. It's kind of funky shaped and sloped, and we've got dikes there that we've got to go around. And anyway, I've gotten a question a couple of times about going on an angle. We do go on an angle from the rows when we're doing our primary tillage, and so what I like to do is kind of find the angle that I want and then just go basically 5 degrees off of whatever straight north and south is. So in this case, we're heading south. I want to go 5 degrees back to the southeast, and so we're going to key in. So yeah, directionally 0 degrees is straight north, 90 degrees is straight east, 180 degrees is straight south. So we want 175. So in order to do that, on our 2630 display here, I put in a heading title, and then we're going to go to this method and click that and hit A plus heading, and then down here we're going to hit set A, desired heading 175, and hit accept. So now it's got all our lines in there. We turn our steering on, and then when I hit the auto steering gauge, it'll stay right on that line, and it'll be somewhat of that kind of an angle, about 5 degrees off the road. Yeah, this takes longer than the field cultivator at 8 mile an hour, 45 feet wide. 5.5 to 6, and we're 18 feet. We'll have to play with our settings a little bit. Right now we're running at the ripper 10 inches deep, 2 inches on the discs, and then the closing stuff is just to make it nice and level, which it doesn't look too bad. I'm making some progress here, but I was just turning and we're coming up to the end, and I noticed some oil spraying out. Watch this. Right there, you see it? That valve right there's got a little bit. I'm gonna go out and look at it and see if I can figure out what's going on there. Appears to be an O-ring there. We're gonna have to try and take that apart and see if we can fix it, or how exactly it works. Got a little oil on here. It's not horrible, but gonna be bad if we don't address that. So shoot. I don't have the right size wrench to take that out, so Dad's gonna come bring a wrench and pick me up. We'll go see if we can't find an O-ring in the shop. Yeah, should be an easy fix here. That O-ring right there. No, that should do it. We got extras and tools now. Oh, also, apparently that's a battery disconnect. I had no idea. There's no sticker in there or anything that says that, and it doesn't mention it in the book at all. I looked up battery disconnect, nothing there. But a couple of you made that comment on yesterday's video that that's a battery disconnect. So I looked up a battery disconnect from John Deere, a kit. That's what it looks like. Would have had no idea. So that makes sense. That's why it killed the whole tractor though, doesn't it? Alright, back up and running. That was about a 10-minute breakdown. I like those better than any other kind. I still don't like breakdowns, but if we're gonna have them, let's do that one. Still moving across here. This field's got this little finger, I guess you would call it, area in sort of set in the woods on 3 sides. You can see my map here, and we're back over in here. So all the rows, basically what we've got done is the rows that go north-south. The rest of these go east and west over there along that dike that cuts through the center. So yeah, probably gonna finish this and then go eat some lunch because it's 11:30 now. We've got probably 4 hours over here yet, so this is gonna take us all day between this one and the next field. I am done with everything from here that way. Back over there is where we were back in the woods, and I'm gonna fold up and go back to the farm, which is right over there, so it's close. Go get something to eat. We'll come back and finish this afternoon. It says we've got 27 acres done, 38 to go, so still gonna take a while yet. Back to the field we go. Oh, this is a lot of back and forth and slow going. We're making progress. I got pretty much everything up there done. Just got to make it back to the woods. There's the map. But it's time for me to get out, stretch my legs for a second. So let's go see how we're doing here. All right. Not super level, but it's doing a pretty good job. It's windy out here. Disc blades, we're not cutting in too deep here. I think the display says 2.5 inches. I don't know, that looks about right to me. You can see how these disc blades are staggered. So that front one, that front one kind of cut through right here, which is right between these back two, so there's a little ridge that it's leaving there, but it's disturbing most of that ground, cutting and burying the trash. We've got our ripper points here, digging down pretty good. I'd have to mark them and see how far they're buried to know if our display is super accurate or not. And here's our leveling discs. I have been playing with these a little bit, trying to get it to ridge a little bit less. But it seems like when I lift them, it ridges worse, and so I got to keep them down a little bit. I don't know, maybe they need to be slid one way or the other on that bar to make it a little bit better or worse. Because right now what it's doing is it's leaving a ridge in between these two, which is behind that shank up farther. But the shank in the back here has still got a little bit of a valley in it, so it's not a bad job, but you can certainly see why we're getting dirt in those seals there, because they're running in the dirt. But they're all turning, so that's a good thing. It's even a little muddy and sticky in spots. Look at that dirt sticking to the front of them blades. How about that? But then our rolling basket, again, doing a pretty good job, and it helps level out some of those ridges that the closing discs are leaving. You can see right here where it's a little bit fuller, and so that kind of helps push it off to the side and leave it pretty decent. We're gonna level this up with a field cultivator real quick anyway, so it will be fine. We're getting there. Field cultivator is much faster. So there's a big area kind of right where we're at right now where these weeds are a little bit more that was drowned out from the big flood we had the first week in May, where there was no wheat down here basically. You can see there's no stubble or anything. It's hard. This is pulling a lot harder when I get down in it than it was up on the hills and just out where there's actually wheat stubble. That's because the water ponded here. And, you know, I know a lot of people talk about no-till, and farmers have gone that way and had luck with it and stuff. And the primary reason that we do heavy tillage like this is to reduce compaction. And I get that the compaction, a lot of it is caused from our heavy equipment and stuff, and that maybe we could get away from that, but I can't get away from the flooding and the water sitting and causing major compaction on big areas. There's nothing I can do about that. So I feel like we do ourselves a lot of good running this ripper through there. So the next time we get a rainstorm, that water will hopefully filter through a little bit faster or better. And you know, if it rained if we had another rain like that on that spot, that water would sit there for a long time because it's already compacted and it has nowhere to go. Just got some end rows to finish up mostly now. Figured I better pick these sticks up and get them out of the field here. How they got out of the four-wheeler path but not the field, I don't understand. Huh, how about that? Oh, okay, finally we got this field done. We've ended up doing almost 69 acres. There's only 65 in the field. That's what happens when you overlap on end rows and stuff. Tillage, that's pretty normal. And it took us a long time. It is 5:39. I think we started this about 8:45 this morning. I did quit for lunch. I know that little breakdown, so maybe an hour out of that. But yeah, 7 hours it took us to do that. So we average about 10 acres an hour. Not quite, maybe. It's about right. But we still got another 30-acre field to do, and it's almost 6 o'clock. Do I really want to go do that tonight? It'll be 9 before I get done. I don't know that I do. Fueling up here. And so we've got another containment dike out here. I've shown you the one for our fertilizer on the other side of the barn there before, where we've got our tanks and stuff and we load the sprayer. We've got another one out here. This one's not concrete, but it's got a plastic liner. You can see peeking through there in a couple of spots. Same deal here though, where it catches the rain, we've got to pump it out. So we've got a little basin there with a little tiny sump pump that uses a hose. Although I'm not sure the water's really making it out when it's all coming out the end of the hose, or the sides of the hose, because it's all cracked. I think it's time for a new one. Probably just need a bigger pump. See, I plug that thing in when I'm sitting here fueling, and then I turn it off when I leave, and it almost never gets empty just because it's so slow. It takes forever. Dad's pretty confident in how hard our ground is out there with taking that forklift in the grass. That's usually a pretty risky move, but I guess he did it successfully. He's trying to mow, so he's moving some stuff from the lawn way over there to over here, apparently. Okay, I decided against going to that next field. However, I talked to my John Deere salesman today, the guy that I borrowed that cable from a couple of days ago to make the auto steer work in our 7520 we're spreading cover crop seed with. Well, he needs it tomorrow. He uses it to upgrade displays for customers and stuff. Apparently he's got one he needs to do tomorrow. Came up last minute. Whatever, that's fine. It's his cable, so I'm gonna give it to him. So I gotta get that out of this tractor and run that over to him tonight so he can use it tomorrow, which means we won't be able to use it tomorrow, most likely. But having 3.5 hours worth of chiseling to do, and then having to get the field cultivator out and go over all that stuff with the field cultivator, we probably weren't going to get to it tomorrow anyway, so not that big of a deal. It's not quite as clean as when I got it, at least that one part that was sticking outside the cab. But there it is, so we'll give it back to him. Put it back in this case. It's almost like a briefcase full of money or something riding shotgun next to me there. If only. In case you don't know, those are the cases that Green Star displays used to come in. John Deere used to send them in. The GS2 ones that were like, I don't know, 2008 to 2012-ish era. Now they just come in a box. It's much less cool. Those cases were awesome. But anyway, I'm going to go drop that off at this guy's house, and I'm going home for tonight. And we'll be back in the chisel tomorrow. Today's wasn't too exciting today. I'm sorry. Tomorrow at least we'll be doing a few different things because it won't take us all day to finish doing the ripping. And we're going to park that. We'll be done with that for a few weeks anyway, maybe a month till we got some beans combined, and we need to keep the tillage moving in the fall here. We do need to get the field cultivator hooked back up, go over all this stuff that we did today and what we're going to do tomorrow, which goes much faster, so it won't take so long. If he gets me this cable back tomorrow night, maybe we'll get a little bit of cover crop seed spread. Maybe not. I don't know. Might do some on Saturday, might not. I don't really know. I do know that we need to keep things moving because we got other stuff to do next week, so we got to get this project done and wrapped up, and I was really hoping to get farther today than I did, but that's what happens, so it's all right, no big deal. Anyway, have a great night, everybody. Too late for you guys, but I'm probably going to do a live stream from my front porch again tonight because I've been teasing that and promising that, so I think I'm going to do that tonight, probably be about 9:15. Hopefully you caught it. If not, it's on YouTube. Go back, catch that, check it out, and we'll keep doing those as we get into harvest. I should have more opportunities. So anyway, questions, comments, leave them down below. Hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great night.